For me, it was as a director, what could I bring to this universe? How could we make this show feel different than the other Marvel shows out there, which I watched as well. And it was about creating this real, grounded world within the fantastical universe. And so that started with the casting, and then started with the way that I shot it, and started with the effects and stunts that you have to create. You have to compete with movies who've got a ton of money. So, and I hate cheesy effects so much. So how could we compete? And it was about kind of going old school with some stuff and shooting stuff practically. And I think it worked. Yeah, I mean, that's what attracted me to this. It was, this boy and a girl who are so damaged, but find each other, and it's really the only person in the entire world that they are disconnected with. It was also a cool love story, which I love, and it's teenagers and dealing with all the angst that teenagers have to deal with, and on top of that, you find out you have powers you can't control. But it started with the casting and finding two actors who have chemistry, and these two are, they're special and they're stars. And in that first audition, when we put the two of them together, there was that crackle. And I love it. I love telling love stories, and but they have to have chemistry. So to find that, it was fun. And then just all the rehearsal and improv that we did to just build that up. And I don't know if you guys have talked to the two yet, but they are legit very cool with each other, and that doesn't always happen, sadly. But they're special. So with the pilot, where we started is an origin story, and he's just starting to understand the cloak, and so he comes to his own cloak. I can't give away too much, but yeah. So we start the powers. It's weird. I don't want to give it away, but he does come to have his own cloak and understand the power of that. Oh, that's a great question. Honestly, I think about Guardians of the Galaxy. When I first saw the trailer, I could care less. I'm like, I don't know who they are. I don't want to see it. But my boys did, and they dragged me. And it ended up being one of my favorite movies in the Marvel Universe. So there is a freedom when people don't have so many expectations about what it's going to be because they don't know. So on one hand, you have a little more pressure because you have to bring people to characters they don't know and may not have an initial excitement about. But you have the freedom, and you hope that if you create something really good, people will come. Oh, hugely. If you walk into my 14-year-old's room, comic books are everywhere. So as soon as I got the call, and they said it's a Marvel show, I was like, okay. I didn't even know what it was yet. But thankfully, when I read the script, it was great. But it was so fun to be able to share it with them and bring them on set and let them read the script and let them see the effects and the stunts and make them a part of it, because that's why I do this. The fact that literally it was 3 years ago, we can say, before Black Panther is now a thing, like before Christ. But he said, how come there's no superheroes that look like me? And so when this came and I had the opportunity to put a black teen boy on screen that has powers, I jumped at it, and I just wanted to make his favorite show. Yeah, it's just inspiring. He made a great movie, and there was so much pressure on him. I give him incredible props, and I give Patty Jenkins incredible props, because to be the first is really tough. But Black Panther, it just set the tone and set the bar, and it has absolutely opened up. Hollywood is so fickle. So right now, every superhero is open for interpretation, and they want to put some more black superheroes out. I'm all for it. The key is that we keep making good movies, because as we know, you make one bad movie and suddenly, nobody wants to do that anymore. But it's mostly just incredibly inspiring.